Hello, we're going to be talking about median today in math. Another way to say median would be to talk about the middle number. So the median's definition is in a set of data arranged in order, the median is the middle number or the average of the two middle numbers. So you should write this definition in your blue spiral. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit and hopefully make it easier to understand. So when you think about median, you might think about the median that you see in the middle of the road. So I have an example of a picture down here. This is a median, and we call it the median because it divides two sides of the road and it goes right down the middle. So think of median as middle. So in a set of data, let's go back up to our definition. In a set of data just means numbers. Okay, so when you have numbers, you want to arrange them in order. And the order is always going to be least to greatest. That's my G, it doesn't look very good. So least to greatest. The median is always the number that's in the middle. Okay, but sometimes there might be two numbers in the middle. And if there's two middle numbers, you want to find the average of those two middle numbers. So don't get overwhelmed. We're going to go through and we're going to talk through all this, okay? Practice. So we have a data set. So we have 5 numbers. 9, 7, 14, 26, and 18. So the first thing we want to do is we want to order them least to greatest, okay? So here we have 7, 9, 14, 18, 26. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the middle number. So let's get rid of the first and the last number, the second to first and second to last, and what we have left is 14. So 14 is our median, and that's it. That's all you do to find the median. Okay, you put them in order from least to greatest, and you find the number in the middle. So let's talk about some steps to help you find the median. Step 1 is order. This is extremely important because if you're trying to find the middle number and you don't put them in the right order, you won't find the right middle number. So you have to put them in the right order. Smallest to greatest. Smallest numbers first, biggest numbers last. So order the numbers from least to greatest. Step 2, circle. If you want to find and circle the number in the middle. I find it helpful to cross out numbers as I'm working my way inwards. So if you only have one middle number, you're done. Stop there. You only have to do 2 steps. Put them in order and find the middle number. However, if you have 2 numbers in the middle, circle both of them and then move to step 3. You have to do a 3rd step when you have 2 middle numbers. And that step is to find the average of the 2 middle numbers. We've already learned about average. Average, you add the numbers together and you divide by how many there are. Well, when you're adding 2 numbers, you divide by 2 because you only have 2 numbers. So you want to add those 2 numbers together and then divide by 2, and then that number, that average, will be the median. Let's practice with 2 middle numbers. So here we have another data set, 9, 7, 14, 26, 18, and 21. Our first step, do you remember, is always to put them in order, least to greatest, okay? So it'll be 7, 9, 14, 18, 21, 26. So let's work our way to the middle. So we have 7 and 26, 9 and 21, and what you're left with is 14 and 18. So we found our middle numbers. They are 14 and 18. But since we have 2, you can't have 2 medians. So we have to find the average. So let's find the average of 14 and 18. So what we need to do is we need to add them together. And when you add them together, 14 plus 18 is 32. Now, since there are 2 numbers, we want to divide 32 by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16, which makes sense because it's in between 14 and 18, because our average, as we've talked about, has to be in between numbers. So 16 makes sense. Therefore, our median is 16. Okay? So let's review. Median is the middle number. Think about the median in the middle of the road. Median is the middle number. What you have to do, step 1, you must order from least to greatest. Once you've ordered from least to greatest, work your way in and you circle the middle number. So you can see an example right here. There are 3 numbers below 13 and there are 3 numbers above 13. Therefore, 13 is the median number. If you only have one number, like they do in this example, you're done. It can get a little bit more complicated when there are 2 middle numbers. So what you have to do once you've found your 2 middle numbers, so here there were 3 numbers above and 3 numbers below, and we found the 2 middle numbers, which were 7 and 8, you must add them together and divide by 2, or another way of saying that is find the average. So when you add 7 and 8 together, you get 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, or 7 and 5/10, and that would be your median. So that is a brief overview of median. Now I want you guys to go and practice. There are some practice problems on Jupyter Ed. Good job. Don't forget your steps.